Greetings, mortals of the YouTube realm. I am God, not that God, mind you, but a psychiatrist with a flair for the dramatic and a Porsche that purrs like a contented cat. My license plate, God, raises eyebrows, doesn't it? I'm here to guide you through the epic saga of Jaylee, a whirlwind of rebellion who once spat in the face of help, until death, that chilly old buzzard, gave her a proper fright. Jaylee was a rebel, a breaker of things, deaf to my sage counsel. But when fear shook her awake, she dove into her demons with a fire that left me gobsmacked. She scribbled her soul in diaries, and together we've woven them into this tale, not a lecture, but a flaming torch of hope. Emotional therapy and dynamic meditation became her Excalibur. Her body, her trusted steed. Labels? Pfft. Eating disorders, autism, hyperactivity, they're just trauma's silly masks. Jaylee's story proves fear's an intruder, not your landlord. So buckle up, dear viewers, and heed her tale. When it gets heavy, roar, breathe, and find hope. Shall we?
Picture this, me, holed up in my tiny room, rain smashing the window like it's got a personal vendetta. My world was collapsing, drop by drop. Trauma, ugly stuff, like rape, abuse, violence, stole my senses. My body, Bobby, was like a roommate I didn't trust. Anxiety, that capital A jerk, ran the show. Grr, you're mine, Jaylee! My diary says, fear's animalistic and you've got to fight it like a beast. My body was all fight, flight, freeze, follow. Autism? That's me fleeing into silence. ADHD? Me punching walls. Dissociation? Freezing like a deer in headlights. Eating disorder? Following pain's twisted lead. And then there's self-hate, whispering, you're worthless, mate. I didn't feel hunger, joy, or beauty. I was half dead, floating in a twilight zone.
Oh, Jaylee, someone planted that beastly fear in thee, a cruel gift from life's less savory chapters. But thou didst choose to be no prey. Thou seized the reins to banish that monster from thy mortal coil. I call it thy Quasimodo, a hunch of pain fed by the mind's daft rules. A touch of madness, perchance, but wisdom lies in madness.
The day I realized anxiety wasn't me, just a squatter in my head, I gasped for air like I'd broken the surface of a lake. That was my spark, my first taste of hope. Hope springs eternal, right? 2012, psychiatric hospital. My body was a war zone after Frank's shadow loomed large. Hope? A flickering candle in a hurricane. I tried 2 therapies, but they were like sticking band-aids on a gaping wound. First one promised structure, snap rubber bands, rub ice on your skin. My diary from 2012. These tricks didn't stop me hurting myself. My head just laughed at the chaos. Then came therapy number 2, face your fears. They shoved a plate of food at me like, eat, Jaylee! My eating disorder screamed, nope! Diary, 2012. It was dissociation on steroids. But then I heard about emotional therapy, kind to my body and soul. That's when I knew. Fear wasn't just in my head, it was in my bones.
Mindfulness and silence, charming toys, but as useful as a paper sword against a dragon. Some sages shun anger, but without a good bellow, thou'rt stuck in thine own tragic pantomime. Jaylee, thou wert wise to seek a better path.
Those flops hurt, but they shoved me toward Bobby. That path felt like coming home. Hope springs eternal, folks. That's why this story's called Hope Springs Eternal. My daughter Hope, she's my star, my reason to fight. Hope, baby, it keeps us kicking. First, thou must free thy body from fear's grip, a dance requiring practice. The mind weaves falsehoods, but release it, and thou shalt face thy monsters. Sorrow may come, yet it cleanses the wounds. Brava, Jaylee. October 1st, 2021. I stepped into the release room, my heart thumping like I was in a war zone. Diary, 2021. I walked in, full of rage, sadness, trauma. The walls shook with other people's screams and my gut yelled, "Run!" But Magali, my therapist, just looked at me, calm as a sunny day. "It's okay," she said, handing me a towel. "Wring out your fear, Jaylee." I wrung that thing till my knuckles glowed, slammed a table, pushed an imaginary wall. My body sighed, like a kettle letting off steam. Releasing is protecting your inner child with your predator side. Yang hugs yin. Magali taught me to roar like a lion, stomp like an ape, whack pillows with a tennis racket. Fun, not pain. My favorite? The hunter-prey game. I chased my fear like a deer, me the lion, roaring in the woods. Diary, 2021. In Qigong, it's Shoshutan, pure energy. Took months to feel that vibe. By July 2022, I was different. 10 months in, I walked outside, even past Frank's old turf. His name, once a dagger, slipped out painless. Karate became my sanctuary. Post-psychiatrist, I started karate. In the dojo, my towel was my shield. Once, I roared so loud the sensei grinned. "Jaylee, you're scaring the walls. I learned to trust Bobby's signals. The mind lies, but the body knows. A growling stomach? My pal, not my foe." My fears were a web of traps. Social anxiety, fear of failure, hyperventilation, autism stuff, phobias for fire, thunder, weapons, bridges, spaces, perfectionism. Time to slay those dragons. Diary, 2022. Social stuff was pure stress. I was a night owl, dodging people, letting Peter handle my calls. By 2025, diary. Bobby's my wingman. I chat up folks like it's no big deal. In a park, I found a girl panicking. "Breathe with me," I said. We screamed together, splitting the air. She called me a hero. "Nah, just a lion having a cracking day."
Some shun anger, but without its fire thou art trapped. Silence is sweet, but a good roar shatters walls.
Diary, 2022. I dodged my fears. Exams. I'd call in sick. November 2022. My sensei called for the Heian Shodan. My brain screamed, "You'll flop!" I squeezed that towel. Tension gone. Nailed the kata, crowd cheering. Diary, 2025. I know I can tackle any fear. Got my blue belt in 2025. Now I chase failure. It's just winning in disguise. Trip? I laugh.
Practice until thou feelest it, not believest it. All can triumph if they dare.
Diary, 2022. Breathing was my enemy. Panic choked me. Now, 2025? Diary. My breath's my buddy. I dance with it in singing lessons. Off-key, sure, but the neighbors can deal. That's freedom.
Mindfulness? Fine for some, but bottling anger, a waste of thy inner fire.
Diary, 2022. The unknown was a nightmare. Schedules were my lifeline. Now, 2025. Diary. I'm chill with time. I stomp fear out in the woods, roaring like an ape. New therapists? Bring it. Diary, 2022. Frank's burns. Others thunder panic. They owned me. December 13, 2022. I stood on my balcony, thunder roaring. Diary. I loved it. No fear, just awe. My daughter's fire fear might be from me. Diary, 2025. I fight for her. I'm on it. Diary, 2022. Anything my OCD called a weapon was hell. Plastic forks? Nope. 2023. Knives threatened me at 21. August 2022. A practice knife freaked me out. Diary, August 31. Had to release first. Nightmares hit, but I wrung them out. By September 5, I was ready for dojo weapons. Diary, 2025. I'm pumped for training. Plastic forks? Perfect for fries now.
Fear fades with joy, not pain. Thy inner predator guards thy inner child. Yang embraces yin like a cosmic hug.
Diary 2023. I thought I'd jump. January 2023, I fought back. Diary January 25. I walk bridges chill. By March, I paused, breathing. By November, I was snapping selfies. Diary. I'm relaxed, clicking pics. Bobby knows the way.
Step onto that bridge. Feel the fear. Release it. Guard that joy like a holy relic.
Diary 2022. Frank's room was a haunted house. September 2022. I had to sleep there. Every creak was him. Diary. I heard him everywhere. Quiet breathing kept panic at bay. By November 2023. Diary. Just a room. I slept, no tricks needed.
The mind's rules feed thy Quasimodo. Return, release, let thy body rest.
Diary 2022. Perfectionism jailed me. I'd skip exams. 2022's karate camp nearly broke me, but a therapist taught me silent release. Hold breath, exhale. Diary 2025. I know I can. I love karate now, blue belt and all. Stumble, I laugh.
In Aikiken Jutsu, there's no failure, only living. 'Tis a lifestyle, not a test.
Diary 2021. Peace lies through your fears. Every dragon I slew was a step to freedom. Hope springs eternal. My eating disorder was a full-on war with Bobby. Diary 2021. I forgot how to love food. Hunger was just pain's mask, and I lived on a feeding tube. August 27, 2022. Things shifted. Hardest part without the tube? Feeling. Headaches, dizziness. Bobby was talking and I started listening. September 24, 2022. I hit a restaurant. 8 fries. Ketchup smell pinched my gut, but I growled like a wild cat in the woods, letting fear go. That first bite? A flavor bomb, a win. By December, I was savoring soup. No dissociation. I used to escape. Now I stay. Every spoonful was a high five to Bobby. Self-care's my vibe now. Booked a doctor for foot pain. Felt cold? I let myself warm up. Pulled on a sweater like it was a hug for Bobby. 10 months in, I eat with joy. Apples, tea, even rain smell. I'm alive for it.
Beliefs are but flatulence. Release them, lest they pain thee. On thy deathbed, only thy body remains thy friend.
Diary 2022. Bobby signals hunger, thirst, like a car alarm. He's my guide, my home. Hope springs eternal, and these fries are divine. Peter was a storm cloud. Diary 2022. Watched him 10 months. He played up my issues. Fake concern dripping, feeding my fear. He wanted me sick. Diary. I called him out. He built a denial fortress. May 2025, I broke free. Diary. I did it. Cut him off. Heart heavy. Soul light. I told his therapist, who huffed but later admitted his therapy flopped. Diary. I'm not crazy. Good to know.
Some crave attention, others healing. Choose thy companions wisely, or thou art mired in their farce.
Letting Peter go was love. A shield for my kids. Hope springs eternal, and I'm done with storm clouds. Self-love sounded like a fairy tale. Diary 2022. Compliments? Pfft, lies. Someone said, you're strong. I scoffed, sure buddy. Releasing fears broke that wall. Diary. The cord's cut. Now, compliments warm me like hot cocoa. Physical love? Trickier. Diary. Touch. Sex. I'm learning. It stings, but solo time's my safe harbor. Joy bloomed like a flower through concrete. Diary 2022. I sing, dance, wobble through life. My motto? Diary. No party, make one. In a park, I helped a girl calm her panic. Diary. I helped her. She said, you're an angel. Nope, a lion on a roll.
Beliefs are but windy vapours. Let them go or suffer. Practice until thou feelest thy strength. A fine dance, Jaylee.
Diary 2022. I'm freaking stoked. Self-love and joy, my wings. Hope springs eternal and I'm throwing the party. My journey's scars and triumphs woven for my kids. Diary 2025. I find solutions for them. I see their fear, a trembling lip, and roar like a lion. Diary 2023. My inner lion roars when needed. I'm training to be a therapist. Diary 2025. I'm all in for that course. My confidence is a fortress. Diary 2025. Trusting Bobby built my strength. Walks are my temple, chasing fear like it's game. Diary 2022. I walk to release. Harmony with Bobby, my world is my compass.
We mortals breed fears alien to nature. Cast them out. Thy body becomes thy god, thy child, and thou its loving parent. A splendid journey, Jaylee.
Diary 2025. Emotional therapy taught me to trust Bobby Slay. Fears protect my kids. Hope springs eternal, and I'm living proof. Hope springs eternal is my battle cry, born from ashes. Emotional therapy made Bobby my best mate. Eating disorders, fears, trauma, toxic ties, I fought them all. The journey's not done, fear's still a shadow, but it's a signal, a call to roar, to trust. This is my fire, my invite to you. Slay your monsters. Hope springs eternal, and life's a party worth throwing.
And thus, dear viewers, Jaylee hath conquered her demons with the might of 1,000 roars. Let her tale ignite thy own quest for hope, to life, to joy, and to the eternal spring of hope. Now, go forth and roar.